Chrome is loaded with multiple useful features. However, while we use it on daily basis, we don't use majority of them. In this video, let me share you 10 such features you may not be using. This is the third video of my Google Chrome tips series. You can find link of the other videos in the description below. I will also add it in the card above. While this is a series, but you still don't need to follow to watch it in any order. You can check any of the video and any of the tip which are mentioned in the timeline of the description below. Now coming to the first tip of this particular video, and that is to enable home button. You can see normally in Google Chrome there is no home button by default. You need to enable it. So from where can you enable it? Just follow my mouse. If I go to this top right corner and I click on these three dots and I go to settings, then it will open another tab with all settings. There you need to go to appearance. Inside appearance, you will be able to find one option that is show home button. You just need to enable it. Once you enable, you will be able to find your home button here before the address bar. Now another thing, it will prompt you for the which page you wanted to open once home button will be clicked, so that you can set up and you can start using it. Now coming to the second tab, that is tab groups. And to do that, let me open some of the web pages first and let me show you what I am talking about. Now I have multiple tabs open within Google Chrome. Now let me show you how. If you maybe select first three of the tabs and you right click on any of the tab and you click on add tabs to new group. So what it will do, it will create a new group of all those three tabs. So if I just name it as maybe Google and then I give a color also, so this will help you to identify your tab groups very quickly. Now you can see these three tabs are part of this group and all are marked with this blue color. Now if I click on any of the other tab, you can still see that particular group is available and other tabs are not part of this group. Now there is a couple of more things. Maybe if you want to remove any of the tab from the group, what you can do, you can just click it outside and it will be out of that group. So now currently this group is only having two tabs. Similarly, if you wanted to include any of the tab, you just need to move it inside that group, then it will be part of that particular group. Similarly, you can take these particular tabs in a new window also. If you hold and drag this Google here, it will open a new window and all three tabs will be moved there. So this is the way you can use tab groups. If you generally work with multiple different tabs, this particular option can help you to organize it in a better way. Because of any reason, if you wanted to change anything of this particular group, you just need to right click on this group name. You will be able to get multiple options. You will be able to rename it. You can choose a different color. You can choose ungroup or maybe close group in case this is not required. So let me click on ungroup for now. So these three tabs will come back to the normal state. Now let me talk about the third feature of this particular video, that is pin tabs. In case you want to pin any of the tab, you just need to right click on this particular tab and you can click on pin. So what it will do, it will pin that particular tab within that window and you will be only able to see that icon and other text will be invisible. So similar way, maybe if I do the next one, you can also see the same thing. So this is the way you can pin any of the tab. It will help you to navigate between multiple tabs and also you will be able to accommodate multiple tabs in a single view of window, considering the size of the tabs are getting reduced. So this is another very good feature I thought of sharing with all of you. Now coming to the next tip, and that is a very important one, generate QR code for any of the page. Let me open any of my page, maybe this YouTube one, and here if I want to create a QR code for this particular page so that I can share it with others. Nowadays no one writes those web page address manually, so this may be one of the very good options. So if you click anywhere of the address bar, you will be able to see one option here, that is create QR code for this page. If you click on it, it will generate a QR code. What you can do, you can download this particular picture and it will be saved. If I now double click on this, you can see this is the QR code it generated, and once it will be shared to others, they will be able to visit your web page then and there. So this is one very important feature we generally don't use within Google Chrome, but this facility is there. You can generate a QR code from your Google Chrome browser only without using any third-party app. Now, while we are talking about QR code, another option is there beside that particular option. You can send this particular tab to another device. If you see that there is another icon here that is send this page. If I click here, it will show me other devices available which are logged in using my ID. So this is another very good feature. Maybe you are browsing any of the website from your desktop computer and then you wanted to continue using your iPad. You can just click on that and it will send that particular icon to your iPad. This is a very useful feature and I use it all the time. So this is another point I thought of sharing. Now coming to the sixth tip of this particular video, and that is to enable live caption. Now maybe you are watching any of the video or audio and you want to generate live captions within Google Chrome. So let me show you how you can do that. If you again follow my mouse and go to this top right part of the page and go to settings, then if you click on this advanced, it will show you multiple different other options, and there is one option that is accessibility. If you click there, the first option is live caption. Now if you enable it, what it will do, it will download required files, and once this is done, it will show you that it's downloaded. And then if you start watching any of the video or you start listening any of the audio, it will show you those live captions then and there. So now we enabled this particular option. Now let's see how it works. If I go to my YouTube page and maybe I start opening any of my video, you can see now it's showing that live caption from my video. While within YouTube, I have not enabled that subtitle, but it's generating from Google Chrome. So this is one of the important feature using which you can enable live caption of any of the audio or video, irrespective of it's enabled from the source or not. So this is another very important feature I thought of sharing with all of you. Now moving to the feature number 7 of this particular video, and that is how to change your search engine. If I again go to this settings tab, and that is accessible from this top right corner, you all know by now. So if I go there in the settings, and there if you find that option of search engine from the left pane, then there are multiple different options. First one is you can choose that which search engine will be used in the address bar. So whenever you are typing something here in this address bar, which search engine will be used. So there are multiple options. Google, Bing, Yahoo and other options are also there. You can choose as per your requirement or choice, and then that particular search engine will be used further. To give you more control, there is another option that is manage search engine. If you click there, you will be able to see that multiple different options. You can add something, you can delete, and you can remove from the list also. All those things are possible. You can even add any of the new search engine as per your requirement. So all those options are there, and you can choose any of the search engine, and you don't need to only rely on Google, which is the default option of Google Chrome. Now let me show you another feature, and that is to update autofill. Sometime what we do, we maybe fill out any of the address or any other details or phone number, and that gets saved within Google Chrome as an autofill options. Now if you follow my mouse in the left part of this page, there is another option that is autofill. If you go there, there are multiple different options. You can see addresses and more. If you click there, it will show you all those options which are already saved to be filled as autofill. Here you can do multiple things. Maybe in the address, I have one address saved. If I go in these 3 dots, I'll be able to edit this particular address, and I can also altogether remove this address. In case you have shifted somewhere and you need to change your address, that you can do it from this autofill. In my browser currently it's disabled to autofill any of the address or any other details. If you wanted to enable it, you just need to enable it from here. By default within Google Chrome, it's auto enabled. So if you want to disable, then this is the option you need to check for. Till now we talked about 8 features in this particular video. Now tip number 9 is to scan for harmful software. So if you follow my mouse and if you go to system, then you click on clean up computer, there you will be able to see one option that is find harmful software. If you click on find, it will start searching for it. I'll be publishing one video soon which will have all those options to secure your Google Chrome browser, and I'll be adding that particular link in the description below, and I will also add a card above once that is published. Now coming to the 10th and the final tip of this particular video, and that is to block notifications, and that's an important one and very relevant one in current scenario. So within this settings tab only, if I go to privacy and security option, there you will be able to find site settings. If you click on this particular option and you scroll down, then you will be able to find one option that is notifications. So let me click on this one. So for me currently I blocked all these notifications. So in case I am visiting any of the website, none of the website will be able to push that notifications to me. So if I go inside this notifications option, you will be able to see the multiple different sites I already blocked and which I are faced with some pop-up. So those are already blocked. Now you can see this particular option I disabled. Sites can ask to send notification, that is blocked. So I'll not get any notifications. So that's the way I wanted to use my computer. I don't want to get distracted with multiple different pop-ups of the promotional messages or any other messages. So that's why I wanted to keep it blocked. Hopefully you learned something new today in this particular video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Also check this end video card to find out link of other 2 videos I talked about, where I shared 22 more Google Chrome features which can help you to be more productive on daily basis. Thank you for watching. Bye bye for now.